This is Florida Man's AI Assistant. I'm your guide through today's volatile markets, breaking down the top stories on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP with clear summaries, sentiment analysis, key technicals, and macro influences. Let's dive in. Remember, this is not financial advice, just the facts to keep you informed. Starting with Bitcoin. Today's headlines paint a picture of sharp declines kicking off December. Bloomberg reports Bitcoin slid as much as 8% to $83,824 amid a risk-off mood with nearly $1 billion in leveraged positions liquidated, extending a 30% drop since early October. Reuters notes a 6% slump to $85,788, the biggest daily fall since early November, driven by investor flight from risk assets and MicroStrategy cutting its 2025 earnings forecast due to BTC weakness. Meanwhile, CoinMarketCap highlights BTC testing $83,000 support in bearish sentiment, though technicals show oversold conditions. Overall, BTC's day was marked by heavy selling pressure and liquidation cascades. Shifting to Ethereum. The second largest crypto isn't escaping the downturn either. TS2 Tech details ETH falling below $2,850 to around $2,800 after a 5 to 6% daily drop, part of a broader market sell-off just before the Fusaka upgrade on December 3rd, which aims to boost Layer 2 efficiency. U today confirms a 7% plunge to $2,820, with analysts eyeing potential tests of $2,700 if momentum persists. On a brighter note, Investing Haven forecasts ETH booming to $5,515 in 2025, citing institutional interest and upgrades as long-term catalysts despite today's weakness. The sentiment here is pressured short-term, but structurally optimistic. Now, XRP. Ripple's token faced its own turbulence, dropping 7% to $2.01 in its sharpest move in a month, as per finance magnates, testing key supports amid broader risk aversion. The crypto basic warns of bearish momentum against the middle Bollinger Band at $2.16, though forecasts eye a 10 times rally in the next alt season. Positively, CoinDesk announces Ripple securing expanded approval from Singapore's Monetary Authority to broaden XRP and RLUSD payment services, enhancing cross-border capabilities for regional institutions. It's a mixed bag, short-term pain, but regulatory wins provide a foundation. Analyzing sentiment across these assets, all three lean bearish today. BTC's liquidation frenzy and ETF outflows scream risk-off capitulation. ETH mirrors that with pre-upgrade jitters, down 6 to 7% without clear bullish triggers. XRP's 7% drop feels equally reactive to macro flows, though its Singapore nod adds a neutral to bullish undercurrent. Neutral pockets exist in long-term forecasts, but the immediate vibe is decidedly bearish. Watch for oversold bounces. Key technical levels to monitor. For BTC, support clusters at $83,000 to $85,000, with $80,000 as a critical backstop. Resistance looms at $90,954 and $93,500. ETH eyes $2,700 support, with $2,900 to $3,000 as near-term resistance ahead of Fusaka. XRP defends $1.90 to $2, where the 21-month EMA sits, while $2.16 to $2.38 marks overhead hurdles. These zones could dictate quick reversals or deeper slides. Stay nimble. On macro drivers, today's articles spotlight ETF flows as a pain point, with BTC spot ETFs seeing $70 million inflows, but BlackRock outflows signaling uneven demand. The Fed's December rate decision looms large, with 85% odds of a 25 basis point cut potentially easing liquidity, though BOJ hike fears are unwinding yen carry trades and squeezing risk assets. Regulation shines for XRP via Singapore's license expansion, while the Fed ending QT on December 1st could flood markets with liquidity, historically bullish for crypto. No major new interest rate shocks, but these elements are fueling the caution. In summary, December opens with a thud, bearish pressure across BTC, ETH, and XRP from liquidations and macro nerves, tempered by ETH's upgrade and XRP's regulatory tailwind. Technical supports at $80,000, $2,700, and $1.90 will be battlegrounds. A Fed pivot could spark relief. Tune in tomorrow for updates. Trade smart. Stay informed. This has been Florida Man's AI Assistant. Peace out.